You guys know what this represents?
Tell us, sir.
I don't know, maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm is
We have the world's great military people in this room, I will tell you that. And we're going to have a great evening. Thank you all for coming.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
Give us a hint of your answers.
Thank you, everybody.
On October 6, 2017, Donald J.
Trump made a cryptic statement to baffle reporters and commentators alike. When asked what the storm was, he simply stated, "Could be the calm before the storm." He was questioned further from one reporter, who simply asked him, "From Iran, to this day no one knows exactly what it was the president was talking about." On October 6th of 2022, the House Judiciary Committee put out a simple tweet that said only Kanye, Elon, Trump. On that same day, a Thursday, Kanye West was launching a lengthy anti-Semitic tirade on Alex Jones' show, where he claimed to love Nazis. The tweet was taken down, and the Judiciary Committee said they were appalled by the things Kanye West said. But the tweet was posted again at 12:05 a.m. on October 7, 2022, leading to some confusion on what date it was originally posted or taken down. On October 7, 2023, Israel was attacked in a shocking wave of Hamas militants crossing over the border with ease and shockingly not meeting any resistance from Israeli troops or security forces. In fact, Israeli forces would not respond for almost 10 hours, leaving citizens of Israel fending for themselves, many of them killed or kidnapped. It would later be revealed that Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet had been made aware of the potential attack, and even the planning details for well over a year, leaving many to wonder how this could have happened in a country known for having some of the best security protocols and weaponry. The attacks were called Al-Aqsa Flood by armed Palestinian groups who celebrated it as victory.
Well, and again, let's just again keep score here with Netanyahu here. Mr. I'm the toughest guy on Hamas. This is a guy who in 2018, along with Trump, knew this illegal funding and decided to do nothing about it and let the funding continue. This is a guy who, just a couple of weeks before the October 7th attacks, had his people in Doha, and Qatar asked the Israeli government, Netanyahu's government, should we continue funding Hamas from Qatar? And Netanyahu's government, yes, continue doing that. This is a government, Netanyahu's government, that had the terrorist plans for a year beforehand, get multiple warnings.
No, they had a whole
ignored-
document, 40-page document, explaining what would happen.
Yeah.
And I don't know, was it because it was women who came up with the document, but they were ignored?
Well, you take that, you take the warnings right before the attack, that there were a group of Hamas terrorists mobilizing by the wall. They were getting rid of their SIM cards. Like they were obviously getting ready to attack. They did nothing, and then the attack. 1 hour, 2 hour goes by with Hamas raping women, setting them on fire, burning elderly people, shooting parents in front of children, shooting children in front of parents, doing the most ungodly things. 1 hour goes by, Netanyahu's government does nothing. 2 hours goes by, Netanyahu's government does nothing. 3 hours goes by, Netanyahu's government does nothing. Four hours goes by, Netanyahu's government does nothing. 5, 6, 7, 8, some 10 hours.
How big is Israel?
Let me tell you something. On 9/11, 3 minutes after the first plane's attack, the first responders were there. 3 minutes.
Within an hour from across the state.
And Netanyahu's government waits 6, 7, 8, 10 hours. They won't explain why they waited so long while they knew this was going on. They let the killings continue. They let the rapes continue. Why they didn't mobilize?
לא שולט על עזה. חמאס הוא לא האויב, אלא עזה חושב חמאס. לכן חמאס לא הוא האויב, אלא עזה הוא האויב. עכשיו, ברגע שמשנים טרמינולוגיה של האירוע, תפיסת עולם הוא שונה, הגדרת אויב קודם כל הוא שונה, אין משמעות להקש בגג. אין משמעות לתת נון צדיק מי יצא, לתת שכונה מי יצא. זה נקרא לשטח. אתה אומר, מה הייתי עושה? רק לשטח כמה שיותר גופות. כי אישה שם היא אויב, תינוק שם הוא אויב, כיתה באלף הוא אויב, חמוש חמאס הוא אויב, אישה בהיריון הוא אויב, שאנחנו רואים במו עינינו. אז למה אי אפשר לעכל מערביזציה? כי מטשטש אפילו את רמת ההיגיון הבסיסי. למה? כי רואים איזה ילד עם שוקולד ביד, אבל הילד הזה לומד קלצ'ינקוב בכיתה א'. הוא לא ילד, הוא מחבל, אבל ילד.
Russia has now received shipments of these ballistic missiles and will likely use them within weeks in Ukraine against Ukrainians. Russia has an array of its own ballistic missiles, but the supply of Iranian missiles enables Russia to use more of its arsenal for targets that are further from the front line while dedicating the new missiles it's receiving from Iran for closer range targets. This development and the growing cooperation between Russia and Iran threatens European security and demonstrates how Iran's destabilizing influence reaches far beyond the Middle East.
They asked me that question. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
You just mentioned Putin, though, and this has been this controversy of the past week. Can you say yes or no whether you have talked to Vladimir Putin since you stopped being president?
Well, I don't comment on that, but I will tell you that if I did, it's a smart thing. If I'm friendly with people, if I have a relationship with people, that's a good thing, not a bad thing, in terms of a country. He's got 2,000 nuclear weapons, and so do we. China has a lot less, but they'll catch us within 5 years.
That sounds very
if I
much
have a
like,
relationship, I don't talk about that. I don't talk about that. I don't ever say it. But I can tell you what, Russia has never had a president that they respect.
report about one of Donald Trump's most ardent supporters, Elon Musk.
This is no ordinary election.
A regular on the campaign trail, and according to the Wall Street Journal, the tech titan in regular contact with Russian President Vladimir Putin since 2022. The discussion said to focus on personal topics, business, and geopolitical tensions. At one point, according to the Journal, Putin even asking Musk, who says he holds top-secret clearance, to hold off activating one of his Starlink satellites over Taiwan as a favor to China's President Xi Jinping. It's not known if Musk obliged. The Journal saying the contacts raised national security concerns, given the ties between Musk, SpaceX, and the U.S. military and intelligence agencies. But a person aware of the conversations told the Journal there have been no alerts raised over possible security breaches. Musk has not responded to the allegations, but when asked in 2022 if he had spoken to Putin about Ukraine, he posted, "I have spoken to Putin only once, and that was about 18 months ago. The subject matter was space." Earlier this year, President Putin himself praised Musk in an interview with Tucker Carlson on Musk's own X platform, calling him unstoppable.
Well, I think there's no stopping Elon Musk. He will do as he sees fit.
If he loses, man, what?
If he loses, I'm
It does seem that way. You can't just be like,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Stunning statement from former President Donald Trump tonight. The former president vowing to be a defender of Jewish Americans if he wins, but also suggesting it would be their fault if he loses the election. Trump making the shocking remarks tonight while attending an anti-Semitism event in Washington, D.C. He continued the same theme later at an event for the Israeli-American Council, where he complained about his low support among the Jewish community.
I only want to be, so I'm not going to call this as a prediction, but in my opinion, the Jewish people would have a lot to do with a loss if I'm at 40%. If I'm at 4%, think of it, that means 60% are voting for Kamala, who in particular is a bad Democrat. We need every vote we can get. The current polling has me with Jewish citizens, Jewish people, people that's supposed to love Israel. After having done all of that, having been the best president, the greatest president by far, a poll just came out. I'm at 40%. That means you got 60% voting.